Hey guys, it's your boy Ojo Waisame back again with another video, and oh my god, I know I've got a new haircut. It's not my hair's falling out from Liverpool, giving me an absolute heart attack and stressing me out. Liverpool 3, West Ham 2. I seriously can't believe what has just unfolded in the last 2 hours. Yeah, Liverpool go 18 games win streak, which equals now City's win streak of, I believe, last season, no, 2 seasons ago when they went to get 100 points. But we did not do that easy. Yeah, so this is the player ratings slash post-match analysis of the game. I wasn't actually able to watch the first 5 minutes of the game, so I can't really say much about that. I don't know if much happened or anything like that because I tried to get in a stream. As you can see, I'm in a hotel. I tried to get in a stream, wasn't working, and then yeah, it just wasn't working whatsoever. And but then once I finally got the stream up, it was still a bit iffy. The Wi-Fi was just but ended up being fine. And yeah, we started things brilliantly. I mean, obviously, when 8 minutes in, luckily I was about to tune in just for the goal, and yeah, so it was brilliant interplay there from Naby Keita and Firmino and Mohamed Salah. They were playing beautiful 1-2s. It was like we were playing on FIFA or something. Brilliant 1-2s. It then goes in behind into the defense. Salah managed to get into the penalty box. It was a brilliant tackle from I can't remember, maybe Diop. It was a brilliant tackle from one of the West Ham defenders. But then it looks like he's going to go out for a corner. But then Trent Alexander-Arnold just manages. He puts everything on. He tries to keep the ball in, and with a brilliant first time cross into the box. And then Gini Wijnaldum's just there. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done a bit better, Fabianski, and we'll get to what he did later on in the day, in the game as well. But he maybe could have done a bit better. But it was a brilliant cross from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Lord knows how he managed to do that. I mean, it seems like, I mean, obviously I was very critical of him against Atletico Madrid because his crossing was poor, but that cross is the trend that we normally see. Even he sees crosses that we don't see. Sometimes it feels like he even blindly crosses, and he could do like the bird box challenge for crossing, and he'd still be able to hit them pinpoint accurate. So yeah, it was just absolutely insane. And then obviously, and then 2 minutes later, not even, Liverpool fans started singing, "We're gonna win the league." All the fans at Anfield started singing, "We're gonna win the league, we're gonna win the league," and all of this. And before we knew it, back-to-back corners happened. One from the left-hand side, he gets cleared out, goes out to the right-hand side, and then Snodgrass crosses it in, and Diop gets there in the front post. He gets on the front post in front of Joe Gomez, and then allows and blindsides Alisson Becker, it seems like. And Alisson does get a touch onto it, but it's not enough to make it 1-1 after, I think it was like 2 minutes and 56 seconds from Liverpool scoring, which is not something that we've seen, and it's a worrying sign for me. I mean, Liverpool, before Atletico Madrid, hadn't conceded a goal, as I said before, in about 120 corners. And now in back-to-back games, we've conceded 2 from corners. And, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And both corners were very stupid. They wouldn't say stupid. I think this one was definitely a better corner than the one against Atletico Madrid, because we were basically setting up for a counter-attack in that one. But this one, Joe Gomez just doesn't get goal side onto on Diop, and Diop makes a fantastic header. It's a brilliant header. Not much Alisson can do about it, but it is a worrying sign, and I'm getting a bit worried because a few times from corners today, West Ham were looking very dangerous. And I know they had Soucek, who did end up coming off at half-time. There's a big presence in the air. Same with Diop and all those players. They've got a lot of presence in the air compared to Atletico Madrid. But even still, we've got Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez. We've got a lot of presence. Fabinho. We've got obviously Alisson and all that. We've got a lot of presence in the air. And it is a bit worrying that we are conceding quite a few chances from corners, to be honest. But West Ham played very well. In that first half, we didn't have a lot of chances. The only chances that we had were basically long shots. There was one from Mohamed Salah, which was, of course, a very good save. We had probably one of the best chances was the header from Virgil van Dijk, which ends up hitting the crossbar. Robertson has a long shot. Trent has a long shot. Firmino has a long shot. We're just resorting to long shots. And yeah, and the passing was a bit off at times. The crossing was sometimes a bit off. It wasn't a good performance in the first half. I felt it was a bit lax. It felt like Atletico Madrid a lot, but West Ham did cause a lot of trouble as well for us. I mean, Mikel Arteta had a brilliant game for them. Soucek had a good game for them, and when he was there in the first half, yeah, they played very, very well. And yeah, we got caused a lot of problems, to be fair to them, and they brought the game to us. You know, it felt like the atmosphere at Anfield wasn't as good as it was. I felt the goal sucker blowed us, and I don't like that. I mean, I don't know whether we feel like we're more entitled and stuff like that, but it just brought West Ham more into the game, and it frustrated me to a certain degree as well. But second half came along, and it looked like, again, it didn't look like it was. I thought we were gonna go in, start scoring a goal early on, and then just run right with the game. And then what happened was, a nice little switch ball from West Ham from the left hand side over to the right. And nice, they were playing in triangles. They managed to get a cross in, and Fornals, who came on for Susha, as I said, he came off injured. Managed to pull back, similar to the Raul Jimenez goal against Wolves, which again is another worrying sign. But yeah, pulls it back into Fornals. Fornals does a very, as I said, similar finish to Raul Jimenez. Brilliant finish into the left-hand corner. And Alisson, again, couldn't really do much. Joe Gomez, I'm not really sure whose fault it is. I just thought it was just a good run, good positioning for Fornals, in my opinion. But then, yeah, it was about 53 minutes. It's very worrying, obviously. Last time we were about to equal the record for Man City's winning record was against Manchester United. We obviously dropped points there, so my mind was kind of thinking, oh god, we're going to drop points again. I didn't think we were going to lose, but I thought maybe we'd probably end up getting a draw. And then obviously the way we've been playing recently, obviously Atletico Madrid, even against Norwich, even though we did get the win, it wasn't a convincing performance. We got bailed out by Mane, and yeah, I was a bit worried. But then we got a stroke of luck. It was. We had a few chances, before that we had a few chances that didn't go through. A few from Firmino. Oxlade-Chamberlain came on, changed the game up a lot. Obviously, Navigator came off, who I do feel got a bit of, when I looked through Twitter and all of that, I did feel like he did get a lot of criticism, which I don't think, it wasn't his best game, but it wasn't a poor game from him as well. I don't know whether... I personally didn't think he had a bad game. There was a few misplaced passes here and there, but I felt like that was with the rest of the team as well. But yeah, I feel like people were very critical of him. I know I'm very quick to defend Navigator, but that's just my opinion. But then yeah, so brilliant switch ball, and then Andy Robertson does something that we haven't done a lot this season, and I hope we see it a bit more now. But it was a switch ball, and then Andy Robertson drives on that left hand side and then cuts it back into Mohamed Salah, who gets into a great position, hits it low, and hey, Fabianski, bro, he's going to be ruining that mistake, because that's what cost West Ham the game today. That is honestly what cost West Ham the game. Not the third goal. It was that second goal there is what cost West Ham the game. Cost them, obviously they're in the relegation battle, and that's what cost them the game. What, if you haven't seen it, Andy Robertson cuts it back after a brilliant run. Salah hits it low, straight into Fabianski, but it goes through his legs and makes it 2-2. And from there, the crowd seemed lifted, and we were just in the ascendancy. We created loads of chances. There was a chance later on with Mohamed Salah where the cross gets played in, header from Salah, brilliant save from Fabianski. Firmino tries getting into the action, doesn't end up going through. Oxlade-Chamberlain, before obviously the goal, had a brilliant shot which doesn't end up going anywhere near the goal. And yeah, there was just loads of chances that we were creating. There were just so many chances that we were creating, and nothing was happening. And then towards the end, again, a stroke of luck, and this is the sign again of champions. You get your luck, you get things going going your way and stuff like that. And what happened was, Joe Gomez gets the ball. It was, as I said, Liverpool pressing high up. Virgil van Dijk was getting into the box. Joe Gomez was going into Liverpool pressing so high up for this win. Obviously, we're so many points ahead and we were pressing up so high. But what happened was, there was a cross in, we get the ball, and then what happened was Joe Gomez repossesses the ball, and then for some reason, I don't know what the hell happened, but for some reason he tries to shoot on his left foot. You don't see that more often, but then this time it ended up working. Joe Gomez takes a shot, it deflects, leads into Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fabianski comes out to try and close it. He makes himself look big. He does everything he can, but then Trent crosses it into the middle, and Firmino tries header in it. He misses the ball, and then Mane's there for the winner and makes it 3-2. And then again, it looked like we just wanted more goals. We kept on trying, and then again it was another brilliant play on that right hand side. I believe it was Oxlade-Chamberlain, who I do believe changed the game drastically today. It was a brilliant game from him. He played brilliantly against West Ham last time, and he played brilliantly against West Ham when he came on today. He gets the ball, cuts it back. I thought he was going to have a pop, to be honest, but then he sees Trent Alexander-Arnold making the overlap, plays it, nice little cut back into him. Then Trent crosses it into Sadio Mane, and then he looked offside when I first looked at it, and then obviously VAR confirmed it. The goal was given, but then VAR had to check, and it was obviously offside. But then once he got into stoppage time, there was a lot of chances. Bowen did come on, the Hull City ex-Hull City player from who's recently signed in January, makes a brilliant run, who beats the defensive line. Robertson and Van Dijk don't really do well to track the run, and he gets caught in behind, and then Alisson Becker saves it with his head. He's got a beautiful face, doesn't he? Let's be honest. He's got a beautiful face, and he saved us there. And then again, West Ham had loads of chances towards the end. They had a few corners, and there was a brilliant shot from Mark Noble, which gets blocked by Gini Wijnaldum. There was, as I said, in the first half, there was another chance that Diop had, which could have easily gone in, but I think it was offside anyway. But West Ham, fair play to them. They actually brought the game to us, but even though we won the game and it was brilliant, winning mentality, Liverpool doing their thing again, we've won the most amount of points from losing positions, and as I said, market champions with 18 games on win streak, in total 21 wins in a row at Anfield. This team is absolutely insane, and I can't believe it. I think the last time we dropped points was in January, so we haven't dropped points for over a year at Anfield, and this, as I said, this team is absolutely crazy. As I said, the winter break has kind of taken off our stride, because I feel like this Liverpool team thrive in having frequencies of games. They're having loads of games, but we managed to do the job today. We managed to do it, and personally, I think Anfield, when the atmosphere was not as good in that first half and the beginning of the second half, you could tell that Liverpool didn't play as well. But as soon as the atmosphere kicked in, which was probably from the second goal, the Mohamed Salah goal, you could tell the atmosphere had kicked in, and Liverpool played so much better. So I hope, obviously we've got Watford next away, but I hope that when we play Atletico Madrid, that atmosphere is there from the get-go. Whether we go one goal behind or whatever, I hope that atmosphere is still there. But let me now get into the player ratings. For me, Alisson Becker, I know we conceded 2 goals, couldn't really do much. He tried getting a hand into it. He didn't really do anything wrong, to be honest, apart from obviously conceding 2 goals, which again, I don't think that were his fault. So I'm gonna say from a 9 out of 10 for man like Becker. Then I will say left back Andy Robertson obviously does get an assist. The fullbacks were vital today for today's performance. Obviously gets an assist, was always a threat, was very good defensively, and so for me, I'm gonna give him as well a 9 out of 10. Trent, I'm going to say 9.5. Defensively, there was a few times he got caught out. Mikel Antonio sometimes gave him a few tough times, but he was very, very good throughout. Attacking-wise, brilliant. I thought second half he was much better than in the first half. The cross for the first goal was absolutely amazing, and he almost got a hat-trick of assists again for almost the second time this season. But he was a bit unlucky. Was always a threat. Was driving. He took shots if he had to, and stuff like that. And so for me, a 9.5 out of 10. If he got that extra assist, if that goal was allowed, if Mane was in onside position, I probably would have given him a 10 out of 10. But then Van Dijk, again, very, very good performance. Is Virgil obviously did get caught out in behind for the Bowen chance, and Becker, Alisson manages to catch him out. But apart from that, it was a very, very good performance. I thought he had a good chance to score. He defended well. So for me, I'm going to say another 9 out of 10 performance. I just thought the defense, the only one that was probably the worst in the defense, was probably Joe Gomez. Obviously gets caught, I'd say sleeping for the first goal and maybe for the second goal as well. But still a very, very good performance. He obviously has his hand in the third goal, in the winner, and then he was obviously quite good. Pressed up, was passing the ball well, but was probably one of his most nervy performances in a while, if I'm being completely honest. But still a solid performance. So I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10 for Joe Gomez. Fabinho, I thought there was at times when he did things that I don't normally see from him. He sometimes he misjudged tackles. Obviously didn't lead to fouls, but he'd misjudged tackles completely, dive in sometimes a bit recklessly. But again, it was still a very good performance though. he had a few lapses of misjudgment, but even still, he played very well. He kept the ball, he distributed it well, he tackled well, and yeah, I'm gonna say still an 8 out of 10 performance. And then Naby Keita, I thought, as I said, I thought he got a lot of harsh criticisms today. I thought people thought that he didn't play very, very well, but I thought he played well. I don't think he played bad, but I don't think he played very well as well. I thought he had a decent game. I thought it was a solid performance. I don't know why there's this agenda against him. I feel like a lot of Liverpool fans hating him for some reason. The only bad thing he really did was misplace a pass, and it didn't lead to anything. But he contributed to that first goal for that brilliant link-up play, which ended up obviously getting cleared and then followed by the cross by Trent. He created a few key passes, he created good opportunities. He defended well today. I thought out of everything, it wasn't his performance on the ball than it was off the ball. I thought off the ball, he tackled the ball well. He was defending well. And that was from somebody who was, I'd say, probably furthest up on the pitch from all the midfielders. And I thought defensively he was very good today. But I think in the midfield today, Gini Wijnaldum, well, from the starting lineup anyway, Gini Wijnaldum was by far the best out of them. Obviously, he does get the goal, but he was driving, he was making the runs, he was passing the ball, he was doing everything that we need from Gini Wijnaldum. And I told you, I don't know if you guys, I think I said it on my streams, whenever Naby Keita and Gini Wijnaldum play, Gini Wijnaldum plays like Prime Seedorf. I'm just putting it out there. Prime Seedorf comes along. But let's get into the attack. I thought Roberto Firmino, he had a decent performance. I thought there was a few times he linked up well, kept the ball well. Anfield just isn't his thing. I don't know why he can't score there. He did everything in his power to try. There was obviously the shot from the left-hand side, which was a brilliant run from Trent. Hits it over. The curler from outside the box hits it over. So after the Salah save, he can't manage to get on top. I don't know why, but Firmino, away from at home at Anfield, can't manage to get a goal. But I thought it was still a solid performance. So again, another 8 out of 10. Sadio Mane, I thought in the first half he wasn't too good. If I'm being completely honest with you, I thought his positional awareness wasn't as good as it normally is. His passing wasn't as good, but in the second half he did get into the game a bit more. His link-up play with Robertson was amazing in that second half. And yeah, I'm going to say an 8.5 out of 10. Mohamed Salah was again, one thing I will say about Mohamed Salah, which I know a lot of people, Mohamed Salah's like Marmite. You either love him or hate him. And I lean towards the love side. And one thing I will say about Mohamed Salah, he reminds me a lot of Cristiano Ronaldo to a certain degree. I'm not the biggest fan of Cristiano, but that's one thing I will respect about Cristiano Ronaldo, is that he will, I don't know how to describe it, but even if he's not having the best game, he will get into the same positions. He will try until he gets it. And today was the exact same. There was times when things weren't going his way, but yet he'd still get into those positions. He would not get disheartened, and he would still try to make those things. And today, he got the slice of luck. He gets the goal, and after that, I thought he played quite well, if I'm being completely honest with you. So again, I'm going to say a 9 out of 10 performance from Mohamed Salah. And then from the bench, obviously, Oxlade-Chamberlain does come on, makes a huge difference in the game. I think, I'm trying to think who else came on. It's John Matip. I think that may be it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain made a huge difference when he came on. I said Naby Keita played well, but Oxlade-Chamberlain was one of the stand-up performers today. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He was driving from deep. He was making runs. He was trying to have a pop. He was crossing the ball a lot as well. Whenever Trent wasn't crossing, it was most of the time it was Oxlade-Chamberlain who was crossing the ball into the box. He was very, very good. I was very impressed with his performance, if I'm being completely honest with you. And yeah, I thought a very good performance from him. And then who else? And then obviously Joel Matip came in, moved Joe Gomez into like right centre back, right back kind of thing. And there was one bit where it was a bit nervy, but apart from that, can't really say much. So I'm just going to say non-applicable. But yeah, Liverpool now 79 points. We are 4 wins away from winning the league. Simple as. And that's if City don't lose and all of that. We are 4 wins away from winning the league. Let's just put that into context. 4 wins away. We have 11 games left. And we're 4 wins away from winning the league. This team is insane. They look down and out, they still win. They're winning, they see it out. They do everything in their power. Next stop is Watford, and then after that is Atletico Madrid. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and also leave a comment down there in the comment section below about your opinions on the game. But yeah, it is the end of the video. It's your boy OJY Sam here, and I hope you guys have a very nice day. Top of the league. See ya.